Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snow, and they call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions. As we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And coming to you live from Tampa, Florida. Man, the boxing's back lived up here with announcement with Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford. It looks like it was going to happen in September. Now it looks like it's postponed. What a shocker. Man, this is something that boxing fans wait for when you have two great pound for pound fighters in different weight classes ready to mix it up and put it together. And all of a sudden, the deal falls apart. Hey, one deal falls apart and another deal comes on the table for some odd reason. I don't know what it was, but most of the time, when deals like that fall apart, it looks like it has to deal with money. Money. Hey, look, when you're making millions of dollars, I'm gonna tell you what Muhammad Ali told me a long time ago. He says, hey, look, when they're throwing the millions of dollars on the table, he said, you push and you push to try to get enough as you want. He said, but you better sign why the millions is on the table before they say, well, why am I giving this fool all this money and take all the money off the table? But however, Canelo Alvarez, it looks like for Cinco de Mayo, uh, Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez, it looks like they're going to make mix it up for a big money payday with the amount of people that Canelo Alvarez has following him and Jake Paul. Apparently, with Jake Paul, when he went up against Mike Tyson, the viewership ratings and all of that on Netflix, what that did, and Canelo Alvarez following. I look like they're trying to make a blockbuster out of them two fighting, and it will be. But you have to look at it, man. Hey, man, give Jake Paul credit. Some people like him, some people dislike him. How does a guy come in just because he got followers and attract the biggest names in the sport to get them into the ring? Man, that's something to look at and something to admire. Um, when someone's able to take a shortcut to get to the big names and get millions and millions of dollars in his pocket. But however, hey, hats off to him. He's doing it and he's able to do it. And as time comes by, as we hear about um, this fight taking place on Cinco de Mayo, I give it analysts about that when that time comes. You never take anyone for granted when they got boxing gloves on because anything can happen in the sport of boxing. So, Canelo Alvarez, my advice to you is get ready and don't take it easy. Give it all you got. You know, yeah, so that deal looks like, and it looks like Crawford, they're trying to put together with Ennis, who's the IBF champion for a fight. Well, that's a great fight. Two great fighters. One uh, older fighter, and Ellis is a young bingo tagger and hungry for the bigger fights, the bigger paydays, like Crawford is. It's a shame Crawford's just too good for his own britches, man. No sooner it looks like something's gonna pop off big for him. Uh, the whole floor of it dropped apart, and maybe that deal will catch up down the line, maybe in 2026 or something after they go fight. But yeah, everybody was looking for that. But Ennis and Crawford fight is a dynamite fight too. In contrast, a style, talent, and things like that. That's going to be dynamite when that finally happens. And then you have White versus Joy bout. It looks like that's going to be coming off April 5th, Manchester, England. on the zone. Joe Joyce, man, he's turned his career back, and he's put together some solid wins to get back in that heavyweight picture. And we'll see what happens in this right now with Usyk having all the belts except the one that Dubois has. We'll see who's going to vow to get the title shot, or there's going to be a bunch of interim champions together to try to put together after Usyk leaves out of the picture to see if he can come back and get another undisputed champion in the four belt era. So that's interesting. So that White and Joyce fight in Manchester, England, on the zone, it looks like that's going to take place um, on the 5th of April. And we're moving to today. Uh, we have Chris and Walls today fighting. So that's a big card that's happening too, with two heavyweights, with that's happened. But we want to give our hats off from the performance of Carissa Shields. Man, Olympian, the win in the Olympics, then come out and be a multi-weight champion. Now she's the women's undisputed heavyweight champion. Man, what a mark of in her career to pull it all together like that and come out and have a successful win, man. That counterpunch that she had on Perkins, man, right over top of the jab, bow, and down on the deck. She went. Maybe the weight has given her that extra um, pep in the step in her punch, and she's turning them shots over right. And with that knockdown, she looked real good on clinching that undisputed heavyweight champion belt. Carissa Shields, man, hats off. She's learning and growing and maturing, and man, has she's come a long way to get where she's at today. And I hope there'll be some other people that come along that develop a name like that she has, so she can get in a big dynamite big fight to make some great big money, even though she's making money now. So hats off to Carissa Shields, man. And it's being reported that the buys for the Benavidez and Morrell fight, it was sold at $79.95. So they did in between 150, 160 pay-per-view buys on PPC. So that 75 $79 price tag, that's a bit steep, with people going through a lot of things, and you know and those numbers at 150, 160. I remember back in the day when HBO and Showtime were around. If a guy did that many buys, they wouldn't even let him fight on pay-per-view. They would have to go to Boxing After Dark or something. But it shows what the age is now, to let guys fight. In the price tag, that steep price tag. You'll calculate it up. It calculates up to a good amount of money. That's 150 to 160,000 pay-per-view buys at a 79.95. That's amazing what that is, what it amounts to. But yeah, to take it to the Hall of Fames, Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame announced their class of 2025. And we got some exciting names that are going in there. Leading the class is a fighter that I trained, and when he fought in Atlantic City, Julian the Hawk Jackson, all-time great fighter from the Virgin Islands. He's being inducted in the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. We have Charles the Natural Murray. Boy, I just was with him up in Rochester when I got inducted up there, and he looked good. He's running a good, excellent program. Charles Murray is, and then you got Charles Brewer, man. a former champion, and also Curtis Parker, fighter that I worked with back in the late '70s. And Junior Jones, man, Junior Jones has got the nod to go into Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, and it's well deserved, well weighted. He was wondering at one time, man, would he ever get in there? Well, now you got your chance and you got your opportunity. You're there now, baby. Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, Junior Jones, man. And also referee Joe Cortez. Joe Cortez is also going into the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. And Tommy Brooks. Tommy Brooks, a trainer. He's going in Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, that class of 2025, along with Sean O'Grady. Sean O'Grady, man, good to see those names. And uh, Burt Cooper, if man, he's going to Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, and a host of others, but just to name a few, that's what we're doing since they just announced the class. And Rocky Lockridge, he's going into the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. Man, wow, what an announcement! And there's plenty others that are going in, and we didn't mean just to miss over those other names because they're also important too. But just to highlight, to point out a few of the guys that have gotten a nod for the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, man. Hats off to you and congratulations to each and every one of y'all. And also, have mentioned the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. They have announced their class a couple weeks ago. And leading the class is Michael Second to None. Michael Second to None got his nod up there in the international. He's going in. So he got two Hall of Fames he's going into, the international in June and September for the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. Boy, what a heck of a year Michael Nunn's having, man. Hats off to you. And Henry Tillman, a gold medalist. He's got the nod, and he's going into two Hall of Fames this year. In April, he'll be going into the National Boxing Hall of Fame and the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. Man, Rochester's got the nod going on with these guys. And also Freddie Ladd. Freddie Ladd is also going into another boxing Hall of Fame, not just the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame for 2025 in September. He's going into the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. And we'll be talking about the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame and their group that they have going in. Um, uh, but the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame have named him. And Laura, she's going in also, who's sits as a treasurer for the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. So the list is going on, but just to name a few, congratulations to each and every one of them for the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. They're going in there. But Craig Hawk and the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame also announced their class that's going in. Man, Nate Jones, the Snake, a 1996 bronze medal Olympic winner. He's being inducted with the class of 2025 for the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame, which is going to be made in third on at the Hilton Airport Hilton in Indianapolis, Indiana. Boy, what a nod. If Nate's now training guys, he's worked with Mayweather and quite a few other noted champion. I trained Nate, and I'm happy to see Nate going in there. And also Nate, he won the WBO heavyweight champion, one of their subtitles he won when he was fighting. So, man, it's things are coming around. And we just mentioned Freddie Ladd. Freddie Ladd going into the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame May 3rd, May 2nd, May 3rd at the Hilton in Indianapolis Airport in Indianapolis, Indiana. Man, hats off to you, Freddie Ladd. But leading the class is no other than James Lights Out Tony, and Ray Mercer that are heading the class. But you have also Daryl Peoples, the IBF president. He's going in. Gilberto Mendoza Jr., who is president of the WBA, he's going in. So, man, you have a bunch of guys that are well noted in boxing that's going into the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. But we'll have Craig Hawk and we'll have Larry Lazardi and we're Ray McCline and them. We'll have them on the show and they'll be talking about the class and each individual, their accomplishment, why they're going into the those Hall of Fames. But yeah, it's big, man, and I'm happy that they're announcing those class for 2025. So hey, look, we want to thank you for tuning in today to the World Boxing Review radio show. But we're going to take you right up to Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, formerly Muhammad Ali's training camp, which is now the Fighters Heaven. February 22nd, which is just a couple weeks ago, we're going to be up there that we've been doing every year with Mike Madden, Mick Stefanic's the camp manager. We do a Black History Month, an event, because Muhammad Ali was the type of person, he stood up for the downtrodden and the poor and the ones left out and the ones kicked to the side. So this contribution are for those that may have fallen out from the wayside, that may have not been noticed, that are African American, that may have been forgotten. All of those great fighters, to go there to celebrate not just Muhammad Ali, but to rejoice and celebrate all of their contributions to boxing and to life in general, because a lot of those that names that are on the rocks around the camp, I mean, they did a great contribution to the sport of boxing. And this is the time that we feel that those people should be recognized for their contribution, because Muhammad Ali recognized them second to none. He used to bring a lot of those champions and former champions, the old time fighters, right into his training camp. That's where I met a lot of them. That's where I got my start in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania. So this event is free. It's free to the public. You come, we feed everybody, and you're going to have soul food, some fried chicken, potato salad, greens, and last time everybody screamed about the food, and my sister Rosie and Gail and them are putting that all of that together. So we're hats off to them. But we want to take the time to thank those who are making contributions to this great event, like the Schuylkill County NAACP with Rabina Tarek. She is supporting this Black History Month with the NAACP of Schuylkill County. And also Daryl Peoples with the IBF, International Boxing Hall of Fame, who's president. They're supporting that. And also Mauricio Suleiman with the WBC. He supports us every year with Jill Diamond with the WBC Cares. And we want to thank them for their contribution to celebrate Black History Month and to recognize those fighters that, what we had talked about early. We want to thank each and every one of those organizations, and Gilberto Mendoza Jr. with the WBA for your contribution to the program, and the WBO. All those boxing organizations support Black History Month, and we want to thank them, each and every one of them, for the great support. So it's in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, Black History Month, at the Fighters Heaven, formerly Muhammad Ali's training camp, February 22nd. It starts at 11 to 4. Thank you for tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions, as we travel the world for past, present, and future stars.